I'm seeing a trend of using quizzes as a way to engage people within your community.
Welcome back to Duo On Air. I'm Abby.
And I'm Courtney.
And we're the X agency turned entrepreneurial team that puts the Duo in Duo Collective. Our boutique organic marketing agency specializes in SEO, social media strategy, and branding.
We're an everyday pair of business besties / marketing experts obsessed with helping our community learn more about what it takes to run a business.
Which is why on Duo On Air, we're not holding anything back. We're giving you all the info we know about how to grow your business organically so you can be the confident CEO you were made to be.
And how to navigate life as a small business owner.
Whether it's on your own or with your best friend by your side, so grab your coffee
or your mimosa, we don't judge,
and settle in for a quick value-packed episode of Marketing Tips. Welcome back to the Duo On Air podcast. This is episode number 29, and today we're chatting with Jackie from Interact, an online quiz building platform. If you've taken our How Strong is Your Gram quiz, then you know what this platform is. It was a no-brainer choice for us to work with Interact as the platform was extremely easy to use and the team was beyond helpful. After we created this quiz, we got connected with the team and we couldn't be more excited to share some behind-the-scenes insights about the platform and why having a quiz for your business could be the thing you need to grow your list and drive more engagement. So let's dive in. Hello, Jackie. Thank you so much for being on the Duo On Air podcast.
Thank you, Abby and Courtney.
All right. So tell us a little bit about who you are, where you work, and the company that you work for.
Yeah, so I work for a company called Interact. We make online quizzes. My dad does not believe that I have a real job. He's like, they pay you for this. But it's real and it's super effective. And I get the pleasure of working with different entrepreneurs to strategize what to make their quizzes about and then answer all types of success questions on how to actually build that within the Interact quiz dashboard.
Love it. Yeah. And if anyone has taken our quiz, we have a little quiz that is how strong. Yeah. How strong is your social? With a little play on coffee because we love coffee. So it's all, are you milked down espresso or a shot of espresso or something like that?
I can't remember all of the answers, but yeah.
It's fun. So definitely go check that out because it is a really cool platform.
Yeah. And then I think I missed your first question, my background. So I had told you before, I just started at Interact a little over a year ago. So I started last year, March, and I've worn lots of different hats since we've started. So we are still a startup. We're completely bootstrapped. We're a team of about, I think we're 10 people now, officially double digits. And so I originally started working one-on-one with entrepreneurs who hadn't created a quiz before, but we thought would make really great candidates for using a quiz. And then we turned that or evolved that into group coaching sessions. We've built a community from that because we really see the power in getting people together and sort of discussing the struggles, introducing people that are in similar industries so that they can help each other out because they really understand each other's like target market or ideal customer. And so currently I do a little bit of the affiliate marketing program management, and then I'm still in the community and doing strategy calls. So that's when you sign up for an Interact account. You get 15 free minutes with anyone on the team to discuss where you're at with your quiz and sort of next steps in moving forward so that we can make it as easy as possible for you to create it and launch it.
Yeah, I love that. That I think is so powerful in and of itself, just because you already have so much knowledge about the types of quizzes. So if you're even like stuck on what to do, I think those 15 minutes could be so powerful to help you get started.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
So tell us why small businesses should consider having these quizzes, whether they are thinking about it or already have one or want to start one, why it's so important for them.
Yeah, I think that like the easy answer to that, the sort of answer that everybody thinks about is lead generation. So growing your email list. The way it works is someone takes the quiz and then before they see their result, you can either make it optional or required to give their email to see the results page. And so it's really effective in growing email lists because quizzes are so fun and people enjoy taking them. I think for small businesses and even big businesses, it's super powerful to use a quiz because of the segmentation of your list that you can get. And so, what I mean by that is you can tag people that get onto your list or that subscribe through the quiz with the result that they're getting from your quiz and or the way that they're answering certain questions. And so then you can use that information to follow up with them better or more specifically in your email sequences to help them feel, I guess, build your know, like, and trust factor, because you're not wasting their time with information that they don't need or don't care about. And you're giving them all of the information that they're saying from the quiz that they need from you right up front.
I think that's so powerful. And like you said, quizzes are so fun. So it's just like
Yeah.
a fun way to get people to
Mhm.
sign up for your newsletter or do what you want them to do. So I think people don't necessarily think about that as like that lead magnet and like a fun way to get them in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
absolutely.
Would you say other than like growing your email list, is there anyone that you've worked with who that isn't their end goal? Like their lead generation isn't their end goal and they're looking for something else?
Yeah, I think re-engagement is a big thing as well. So maybe you already have an email list and you're looking to re-engage those people. That's definitely a goal. Or even, and maybe I've noticed this more since building out the community. We use a platform called Circle. So I get to work with other Circle users who are like, their number one job is to build community. And so I think that there's I'm seeing a trend of using quizzes as a way to engage people within your community too. And there's lots of different ways that you can do that with just embedding it in a post or using the quiz to get people into your community. So I think that's another big use case is engagement or re-engagement using quizzes.
I love that. I think I even questioned that when we had first done the quiz, I was thinking about putting it in our email newsletter and I was like, well, wait, it's lead generation though. We already have all these people. So should we do it? And after I thought about it for a second, I was like, well, yeah, because not everyone that follows us might have came to us for social specifically. They might have followed us for SEO or for branding and they don't know anything or haven't even thought about working with us on social. I was like, it's this whole like deeper engagement or just deeper trust and understanding of your audience and making that connection with them. That's even more powerful than just the lead gen.
Yeah, and doing it that way, and this is another goal that customers have, is doing it. The quiz does a little market research for you. So you have an idea of how many people that are on your existing list are into SEO versus social media versus other types of marketing tips that you're giving. So again, you can get more specific with the follow-up that you're either emailing them or following up with them with.
Absolutely.
That's great. Can you share a couple of your favorite quizzes and then what those results were from those quizzes?
Yeah, so I think like the most simplest quiz, and maybe this is because this was the first quiz I was introduced to when I started at the company, but it's Henry's House of Coffee based in San Francisco. So they have a coffee matchmaker quiz. And the reason I love it so much is because it essentially recreates the experience that you would have when you physically walk into their coffee shop, but it does it online and it automates it. So you take the quiz, and before you even give any information or are asked to buy anything, you get to take the quiz, you get to learn more a little bit more about yourself, your coffee preferences, what you like. And then in the result, they recommend specific products for you. So it's just, I like to give that example because it's so simple to see how you're essentially having a conversation with someone. Like I said, instead of talking to the barista, you're answering the quiz questions, and then you still get the personalized recommendation that they would have given you in person. And you're getting really specific information based on your tastes, your likes, what you are looking for, and not just anybody that is enjoying coffee.
Yeah, that I'm immediately thinking of how difficult it is to order at a restaurant, like a new restaurant you've ever been to, and even a coffee shop or a new restaurant, and you're just like, there's too many options. I don't know what to get, what's good. And like if any of those places had a quiz and they were like, not sure what to get, try this. I'd be like, yes, please.
Yeah.
Someone tell me what to do.
That's
Do you
awesome.
know how many restaurants I go to? And my friends are always like, gosh, you're making everything into a quiz. But like, just put the quiz on the menu, because
That
I
is
get
so
so
great.
overwhelmed with all the choices. Or like on the door when you're like, hey, can I see a menu? Just take the quiz and see if there's something fun or not fun, but take the fun quiz to see if there's something that you would really, really like to eat here. So I think, yeah, all restaurants should be doing this.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
know,
absolutely.
agreed. And yeah, you're already doing QR codes on, for menus
Yeah,
anyways.
exactly.
You might as well just do one right next to it for a quiz. I'm with you there. So you can tell your friends
Exactly.
you got us on your
I
on your side.
appreciate that. I appreciate it. Sometimes they agree and sometimes it's like, okay, Jackie, stop. Um, But Henry's House of Coffee, with that quiz, it's still live on their site. So if you Google them, you'll be able to find it. But they're getting tons more newsletter conversion. So people signing up from their site as opposed to just like adding, like add to, or, like join our email list kind of form thing. And they're also getting a longer customer life cycle because they're sort of creating an experience up front. People are enjoying the recommendations. It's not even, and we did a podcast, Interact did a podcast with Henry's House of Coffee, and they even said it's not even about the bean that you're buying or the product that you're buying. It's about the story. It's about the experience. And so they're really able to provide that online using their quiz, and people want to stick around longer and try different things out because it's so fun to be a part of that from the beginning.
That's so awesome.
I love
And
it.
like you said, like it's a part of that experience. So capturing them through that quiz, you're already starting that experience with them. So they're already kind of getting hooked on that experience and want more. So I think
Yep.
that's super awesome that it starts with that versus just like a pop-up, which those are great and all, and they work. But if I'd much rather take a quiz than have, sign up through some pop-up because I want to get to know the company a little bit more. I want them to get to know me. So I just think that's
Yeah.
really interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, I guess I'll just add, in terms of your funnel, let's just say you were in the food industry, or let's just say you were in e-commerce, right? And you're already offering a coupon as a way to get people onto your email list. What you can do is offer the quiz up front because it's more fun, it's more personalized, it's better experience. And then in order to get them to subscribe at the end of the quiz, maybe you make it optional, maybe you make it required. You can let them know, hey, you'll get this coupon code once you subscribe, and then you can see your results, or the coupon code will be on the results page or something like that. So just putting a quiz in front of an existing funnel or freebie that you already have can be a really effective way to see some of the results that people are getting from making or sharing a quiz.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I need to write this down because we just launched our shop and I'm like, genius, that is our next quiz.
Yeah.
So we will be doing that.
Yes, absolutely.
And everyone will see
Perfect.
that coming up.
Perfect example. I love it. Another one, I wrote down a couple. So another quiz that I really liked, and this one was just shared by a new customer. So he just joined our community. His name's Jerron. He sells a hair product. So another e-commerce quiz, but very different than coffee. And so his quiz is, what's your hair's growth personality? And the results are really, well, I guess a couple of reasons I like this quiz. One, the questions are super easy to answer. He makes it fun to go through using different images. He compares things to like his hometown. Like I think one of the answers is like, my hair feels bumpy. And he compares that to like the Jamaican rural roads. So it's just like a fun quiz. You get to know a little bit more about him, where the product is coming from, without them telling you who they are and where the product is coming from. And then the results are really cute because like one of them, your personality could be moody, and that means your hair is prone to breakage. And so on the results page, she goes into telling you, what that means, why that's important, what you need to do to fix that if you're wanting to do that, and how his products can help you. Again, without telling you, here's how my products can help you.
Mhm. Oh, that's really cool. And
Yeah.
that's like the perfect, I mean, we talk about branding a lot on this podcast and how important it is to know your brand voice and personality. And that is like the killer definition of
Yeah.
knowing your brand voice and having it come through in everything you do, like
Yeah.
your quiz.
He gets a gold
Yeah.
star for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I'm gonna let him know that. I'm gonna
Yes,
send him this
yes.
podcast when we share,
Please do.
so he can hear us talking about him.
Yes,
Yeah,
that
it's a great
storytelling is
quiz.
amazing.
It's a great quiz. And the other thing that I really like about it is, like I mentioned, the quiz I don't think his quiz is live yet because he just built it out. He just shared it in the Quiz Collective community that we have for some feedback. And it's really awesome to see the evolution that you can make with your quiz. So when you first launch it, when you first get it out there, it's not going to be perfect, but you're able to use some of the analytics, or especially if you're sending it to your existing list as like a way to get feedback on the quiz before you send it out to new customers. You can use all that within the analytics to see what areas of the quiz you'd want to improve to get better results, or more results more aligned with what your initial goal was. Getting more leads, getting more people to engage, things like that.
Yeah.
And so to have him share it so early on and see some of the changes that he's made already has just been a really fun experience for us, because and to see the community, the suggestions that they have go into the quiz is just a really fun experience. So I've really
Yeah.
enjoyed that one.
Yeah, I love
Mhm.
that, knowing that what you first launch, it doesn't have to be the final solution too, and knowing that you can update that as you go. I think that's so powerful, and it helps people just get started, because you can feel so handcuffed between getting something perfect
Yeah.
versus just getting it out there. And I think like the earlier you can get it out there, the more feedback you can get and the better you can make it moving forward.
Totally.
I'm like starting
Totally.
to think about like what can we do to make ours better?
Yeah.
Or like what is our next quiz going to be?
I know. I
But
feel like
didn't
we're guilty of spending that too much time to make
Yeah.
it perfect. Like we had it sitting with us for like a year and we were like, all right, we just need to do it. Like this is taking we're just like thinking about all the perfection that needed to go into it when we could have gotten started with something a little bit smaller and then grew from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's definitely why we transitioned into group coaching and now the community, because almost everyone feels that way. And so many people have said that. I've been thinking about this for a year, or it's been in my account for a year, but I've never done anything with it. And so the Quiz Collective is there to get some eyes on it without putting it live, get some feedback, make sure it's perfect enough to get started right now, and then using the analytics to optimize it over time. And doing it in like bite-sized chunks makes the experience for you, the quiz maker, so much more enjoyable, because you don't feel that pressure of getting it perfect, of having to do everything at once right away. You definitely have time to build it out.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So you said you had a couple examples. Do you have one more?
I have one more, and that might lead us into the template question that may be coming up later. So, Dr. Jasmine she is a parenting coach, she's a psychologist. And so, she was one of the first people that I talked to one on one when I first started at Interact. And I just thought she would be the perfect candidate for using a quiz because her website is just set up in a way where it like begged for a quiz. Her audience was super engaged on social already, but I don't know what the current what her email list looked like before launching the quiz, but I know it was a goal of hers to convert some of her social media followers into subscribers to get onto her email list. And so she just, again, so many people we hear this from, she just didn't have the time to put it all together. She knew that it would be a good idea, that it sounded great. She just didn't know what to make the quiz about, how to get started. After we talked, she knew how to get started, but it was really an aspect of I just don't know where I can fit this into my busy schedule. So the reason I love her quiz so much is because she used a template almost exactly as it is in our builder, so that she hardly spent any time putting this quiz together. She tweaked some things, maybe some images to make it reflect, again, her brand voice, her style, to make it look like her own. And then, of course, swap out the bio on the results page so people are actually meeting you and not the fake personas that we put in those templates. But just I think, less than a month of her launching that templatized quiz. Again, she made very limited changes to it. She got over 14,000 leads by sharing it on her social platform. And I do want to caveat this with saying she had a following of like 100,000 people or more. So she definitely had the audience. She just needed to convert them to subscribers. And I say this because I don't want to dishearten anybody who maybe has 1,000 followers and then is like, what? I'm not getting 14,000 leads. Those leads were warmed up already, right? So it was like an easier sell or ask for them to take the quiz. But to capture 14,000 emails in less than a month with just putting something out there that was from a template that required little to no effort. I mean, okay, little effort. It required some effort, but saved her so much time, and she got such amazing results from it.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
incredible.
I even just think that percentage, I mean, is that 14%? I can't do math, but that percentage.
Don't ask me.
I know that someone listening is going to be rolling their eyes at me right now, but I would take out my calculator, but I'm not going to. We're just going to let it be. But anyways, that percentage of conversion though, amongst I think it's less about 14,000, right? And it's more about the percentage of people that she actually got to convert. That's super powerful, because I think even 1 to 2% is great. So when you look at something like that, that's insane. That's awesome.
Yeah. And I know Josh references, our CEO, he references this stat quite a bit, that the average conversion of first time web browsers is 1%. People who land on your site for the first time and subscribe to your newsletter or your list, whatever you're having them do. Whereas if you had a quiz on your website, that can go up to 40%. So you can really see a huge difference in number of subscribers simply by putting a quiz on your homepage.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It is a lot of fun. And I think people like that. They're craving that in the online space, just something to break up their normal way that they kind of browse the internet. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of templates, so this is something we actually, it was so funny because when we first had connected with you and with Josh, we were talking and you were talking about your templates, and I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't even start with the template. I bet you it would have taken us half the time. So tell us a little bit about the templates and how amazing they can be for someone who doesn't have a quiz yet.
Yeah, so I'll start by telling you who writes them. So Shanti Zach and her team write the quiz templates, and it's everything from cover page to your answers to connecting the answers with the results somebody should get, and the full-fledged result page written out, again, with a fake persona in the bio, because a lot of people will say, oh, I don't want to borrow so-and-so's quiz. It's nobody's quiz. They were written for these templates. And so Josh found Shanti or met Shanti because I want to say maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Don't quote me on that. He was looking around online to see who had really effective quizzes. And a lot of them were written by Shanti. So she's done quizzes for Jenna Kutcher, Amy Porterfield, Rick Mulready, people with amazing and huge email lists. And all of her quizzes were super successful. So her team is behind creating all of the templates, and they'll do all the market research so that people actually aligned with the messaging that's given in the templates make sense to your audience. Again, the matching of what questions or what answers they're selecting and which result that relates to is all set up within the templates. So, and like they're accurately matched because of the research that's done before each is written. I think we currently have over 100 templates in there right now. The last I heard, our goal is to have over 1,000, because we really want to have a template for every single niche that's out there, because using a template can be super quick, but at the same time we hear, well, if I have to tweak this, this, and that on a template, it's going to take me just as long as if I started from scratch. And so we really want to create these templates so that there's something out there for everyone. So here's something that I've been saying since the beginning of group coaching, and no one's really taken me up on it, is in our community group, the Quiz Collective, we have a feedback and request space. So if there is a template that you're looking for that's not currently written, you can request it there. And then we can, based on demand, we can try to prioritize that template so that essentially you're getting a free template written specifically for you if there isn't something there for you already.
Right. I mean, if your goal is 1,000, yeah, you need more people to help you hone in. So by all means, I think
Exactly.
that can be super powerful because there are so many cool niches out there that I think that, yeah, just asking for something that's a little templated in your space, even if you don't know, like, just do it.
Yep, exactly. And it's a great way to just put it, and that's what Dr. Jasmine did, is she didn't know if the template or if the quiz was going to work well or not, but before investing the time in creating the perfect quiz that she had in her mind, this template was close enough. What's your parenting style? I think it was called. This template is close enough to just launch, get out there and see what happens. And obviously it was effective. So she didn't have to go back and spend all the time creating something, that perfect quiz in her head, because she learned so much from just putting a template out there and seeing how her audience reacted.
Yeah.
Right. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is great. So tell us a little bit about some other ways. So we talked about the templates, we talked about the community, which I think that's a huge differentiator for you guys. But what are some
Mhm.
other ways that you guys are different? And I have to say too, like even at the beginning of us knowing we wanted to do a quiz, I think I listened to Amy Porterfield's podcast talking about all the different quiz platforms. And so I've like wrote them all down and looked them all up. And I was like, oh yeah, I feel like this platform, like your platform, Interact, is I felt like the easiest just to dive into for so many reasons, but I wasn't being sold a billion different things. It was just like it was straightforward quizzes. Like I knew what I was getting. So I think that really helped us kind of make all the difference to work with you guys. But I'd love to hear too what kind of sets you guys apart from everyone else.
Yeah, I think the main differentiator is that we really focus on providing support to our customers. And yes, we want to have all the bells and whistles and all of these new features, and we have the feedback channel. So we're working on, building out the roadmap based on what people want of what that looks like. But we intentionally spend more or put more resources towards support so that people can feel completely supported throughout the process, because I do think our tool is very simple to use. It's super intuitive. So once you get in there, it's easy to find what you need to click, what you need to do to put it all together. Not that other quiz builders aren't as intuitive. Maybe there's a little bit of competition there, but I do think, and I hear all the time, how user friendly the dashboard itself is. But I've never heard from anyone before of any other quiz company that offers the level of support that you can get from us, because of the overwhelm and the imposter syndrome and the perfectionism that hits you when you try to create and launch a quiz. So that's why the community is there. When you sign up for a free trial, you get the free 15-minute strategy calls so that you can talk to someone on the team with, here's what we suggest you would do in this order so that you can spend the least time possible getting this thing launched, but feeling the best about it. And a lot of times, sometimes our responses in the community are simply just people are looking for feedback on their quiz, and there's no feedback to give. So it's just giving them encouragement of, this is good enough. You have to get this out there. Here's how you can promote it. And we even have templates on how to promote your quiz that you can use for social graphics, ads, and whatnot. But just get it out there and then come back to us with the analytics once you've shared it. And we can go through that together too, of here's where we think you could optimize your quiz based on what we're seeing. So support, hands down, that's the answer.
That is
Love
so powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because anytime we hear about just any support that's there for you all the time, they'll answer your questions. They're there to help you succeed. We almost every time are just like, yeah, we're going to go through them. Like
Yeah.
one of them, we go through Show It for our website, and they have some of the best customer service ever too. And I think that's just such a strong selling point, especially with those things you said, like imposter syndrome, or people are just like, I don't know, I can't do this. Like, I need help. I think knowing that you have a human on the other end to help you take care of these things and like take you through that process step by step and like never leave you is so powerful.
Yeah. Yeah, we've done a lot. We've worked in every, like, speaking of website platforms, we've worked in every website platform possible because we do SEO for a lot of companies. And so we're constantly working in them. And if I don't have a chat bot to talk to someone like a real human, I'm immediately just upset because it's so, like, in this world, not everyone's questions are going to be answered in their FAQs. Like, yeah, FAQs help, but at the end of the day, it's so nice to have a person on the other end of the line that also wants you to succeed and that's going to help you, because in a way, like, you guys are true partners with everyone who builds a quiz, right? Like, the only way you guys grow is by more people creating quizzes, and you want to help more people create better quizzes so that they have better experience. And that's just like such a true partnership.
Yeah, it's so true. And Josh, like, I forget how he says this, but like, we're definitely like win, win, win. He says all ships rise together. So we also have on our website, if you go to the resources section, a free quiz course. And initially the course was only going to be available to people who are on a paid Interact subscription. And Josh said, you know what? People who are going to pay for the subscription are going to pay for the subscription at some point anyways. So let's just open it up and give this course out for complete free, because there's like this barrier to entry of deciding, okay, yes, let me start paying for this quiz platform because is my quiz idea good? All those things of perfectionism, imposter syndrome, overwhelm. Do I have the time? All of that. And so you can get started with the quiz course. We give you everything, literally everything that you need to get it up and running. There's even bonus sections of branding and design. There's copywriting support in there and Facebook ads, so that when you're ready to launch the quiz, if you want to run paid ads to it, support is there for that as well. And so just the mentality of everybody winning and giving, like, not hiding things behind different price points or tricking you into buying this like tier of subscription so that you can get, this extra thing. Everything is very straightforward and upfront, and really exactly like you said, it's there to help you help your business even more. That's what we're in the business of doing at the end of the day.
You guys are our kind of people. We love to share everything.
Yes.
Which we've been told that before by so many people. They're like, I don't know how you share so much content. I don't know how you do it. But it's like, I think that can be more powerful in selling your business, like, than anything else. Like, and you can have that same approach with creating a quiz. Like, inside our quiz, we have 3 unique resources based on which bucket you fall into. And those resources we should sell. Like, we really should sell because they are really, really good. But like, that's our goal, because we know that just getting you in our community is a valuable resource anyway. So I think that mentality and having that mentality before you create your quiz can be really powerful too.
Yep, 100%. Totally agree.
I love it. Okay, so I have one more question for you. What is the fastest amount of time someone's created a quiz?
Ooh.
Ah,
Do you know?
I don't. Okay, so I don't know that I have a way to measure this, so I could be wrong. But there's a gentleman in the community, Franklin, who I just saw posted a YouTube video the other week. That was, I think, how to create a quiz in an hour. Was it 30 minutes? I think it was an hour. But honestly, I would say the fastest quizzes are the ones that have used templates, because you could literally, if there's a template that aligns with your message, your brand, you could literally just swap out the bio, which you probably already have on your website anyways, hit publish, connect it to your mailer, which takes maybe 5 minutes, and it's launched. So if anyone out there has created a quiz in 15 minutes, I'd love to know who you are. But I would say that I know of, an hour.
But I love that. I mean, we're big fans of like CEO days and having those days where like you just spend one day working on your business, especially in the client community, because it can so often feel like you're constantly pouring all of your time into your clients and none into your own business. So we typically like to keep our Mondays as our days to just create content for us and like be our own CEO days. So it's good to know that like you can set that aside for your own days that you're just working on your own business, and you can create a quiz in a day, and then you can use like the power of it too, just like setting up email sequences. Like the power is once you do it, it's working for you. Like you don't need to do anything else. People just sign up, they see it, it's the content is out there for them to engage with. So I think that is so powerful.
Yeah.
And again, to know that it doesn't have to be perfect right away and that you can always go back and update it too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, a huge message that we talk about all the time, because so many people are afraid, or for whatever reason aren't hitting publish when they should. Their quizzes are so cool. Like get them out there. You made it for a reason. Put them out there.
Absolutely. I know. All right. This has been amazing. So we're going to make sure that we have all of the stuff that we chatted through in the show notes so that people can easily go look at some of the quiz examples that we just chatted through. We'll have a little tutorial about how to set up a video too, and give you all the step-by-steps and a sign-up link so that you can dive into that and really just get started creating a quiz. Set aside that day that you're going to do it, because it'll be so great. And yeah, so just tell us, we'll make sure everything's in the show notes, but tell us where should people go to kind of get started, or to follow you guys, or to learn more?
Yeah, I would say right on our website is where you can log in, or rather sign up, and you'd start with a free trial. So it does ask for a credit card up front, but nothing is charged to the card until you've hit the 14 days. So you have the 2 weeks to really play around with anything that's in the builder. See if you like it, see what you don't, use us, use the support that we offer. But right away, I'm going off tangent, sign up for your free trial. Then you'll get an email inviting you to that free 15-minute strategy call. Do that next. And then we can talk specific to you, your goals, your ideas, or your non-existent ideas yet, right? You're like, I want to do this, but I don't know what I want to make it about. Jump on a call with one of us. You'll meet with either me, Josh, our CEO, Dawn, who's our copywriting expert. She does all the copy for Interact, or Damaris, who is our customer success manager. One of us will walk you through where you should get started. And then the paths kind of like go off in different ways from there based on what you're looking for and what you want to do. So 2 easy steps: sign up for a free trial and then book your free strategy call.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for being on with us today. This has been awesome. And we can't wait to see what our audience does, because I'm sure we're going to see some great quizzes come out of this.
Love it. I can't wait to meet you all that make quizzes, and I can't wait to see what you all come up with. Thank you, Abby and Courtney, for having me so much.
Thank you.
thank you. If you liked this episode, please be sure to share it with a friend and subscribe so you don't miss any new episodes dropping every Monday. Plus, if you haven't already, please leave us a review and don't hesitate to share any new episode ideas. We love hearing from you and creating this content for you. See you next week.